What's up, guys? Thanks for being with me for another episode. We're going to break down episode 8 in season 7 of the Clone Wars here. It looks like maybe the final episode of the arc with Rafa and Trace. First off, I want to say I put a question out on my Instagram about how people are enjoying season 7 of Clone Wars so far. And it seems like a lot of you are. Like myself, we've had 2 different arcs here with the Bad Batch and then now the Rafa and Trace. I think they're so different. I think I got enjoyment in each of them, but they've each, kind of left me wanting more in certain areas at the same time. Now this Rafa and Trace one is finished, I guess I could say the same thing about the Bad Batch, but especially this one. I'm not sure why they couldn't condense the last 2 episodes into one episode. I think that once they kind of escaped jail, you really could have just got to the point to where they ultimately ended up here. I don't know why they needed to extend this episode out. Now we get some good stuff in this episode. We get to see obviously Rafa and Trace realize that Ashoka is a Jedi. Now obviously Ashoka has helped them, so it kind of puts them in a weird position because you know how they feel about the Jedi and what happened to their parents. But also here's Ashoka who's telling them she's a former Jedi, but now she's helped them, so they get to live with that experience of knowing not all Jedi are like Luminara, the one that ran into their parents and just kind of gave them a cold shoulder, like, hey, I'm sorry that this happened, but I got to get back to my duty. But then also, Ahsoka has learned a lot from them in this arc too, just how people, not just Barasafi, but other people have this trust, in the Jedi all across the galaxy, and even in Coruscant, the home headquarters of the Jedi. So that's just something she's having to deal with right now. Obviously, at the end of the episode, we get to see, the Mandalorians approach Ahsoka with an offer like, hey, we have a common enemy right now, we could really use your help on this, and she decides to go with them. I think that it's going to lead up into some of the things we've seen in the trailers and the promotion of this season. Obviously Ahsoka on Mandalore, whatever's going to happen there, but it was cool to see Maul. He kind of came in and talked to the Pikes, warned them that if the Pikes don't get that spice, the Crimson Dawn's going to come after him. And I like how they're piecing so many things together. I think earlier in this arc we saw Kessel, and just Kessel obviously from the movie Solo, and then obviously Crimson Dawn is from Solo as well. And I don't know what the exact number of years is, but we're coming up on Revenge of the Sith, and obviously things like Solo and Crimson Dawn, this all takes place between Revenge of the Sith and before New Hope. So we're playing, it's all connecting together. It's one of the things I always say I love about Star Wars, is just the connecting the stories together. They do a great job of that, and this arc definitely did that. With that, I think we're really getting into an exciting time. I'm not, like I've been saying, I'm not someone who has a bunch of spoilers with any of this, kind of coming in just watching it for the first time, not knowing where things are going to go. But I'm excited to see where this Mandalore plot leads, especially with Maul. Ahsoka saying she doesn't want to she's not sure if she wants to do this because it might lead straight back to the Jedi, which we know that that's not her fate. But it would be interesting to see if maybe she does run into some Jedi in this, or what ends up coming of this, because I'm sure she's going to have to get some sabers. People know she's a Jedi. She's dealing with Mandalorians, with Crimson Dawn, Maul. Like she's getting into some stuff now, so it's going to get kind of what we've all been waiting for in this season. And I think that some people that haven't been enjoying it, I definitely hear this, is just, and I understand it, when they bring something back for like the final season, you would have think that the whole season would have been like, maybe not one story, but just like they had a big message or story that they wanted to tell. And that doesn't seem like it's been quite the case. It seems like they kind of just wanted to, like Clone Wars has always done, kind of have these little mini arcs that lead up to something. I think that's kind of what they're doing. So hopefully from now on, now that we've kind of done the building up of stories, we can just get to just the big story that they wanted to tell us, which I think is this Mandalore plot and this Crimson Dawn plot. Because again, Mandalore, we had the Mandalorian going on Disney Plus, but then we also, the Crimson Dawn is something we saw in Solo. I know there's a lot of Star Wars fans that have been praying for a Solo 2, or just some kind of continuation of that story and those characters, including Maul. So I think they're doing a good job of that. I think it's starting to heat up. It's a good episode. Again, I just think they could have taken an episode off of each of these arcs. I think the Bad Batch could have taken off an episode and condensed that, and especially here, I think these last 2 episodes could have easily been condensed, or maybe the first 2, whatever you want to do. I think they could have been condensed just by an episode. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Definitely be back with you guys next week for another review. And thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I appreciate you. All right.